Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum to all of you. Once again, I have come with a new lecture, a second lecture after 16th week. That is the sentence structure of continuous verbs. Now, in our previous lecture, I told you, I had a look on the previous lecture that was the sentence structure of simple verb. But today, simple verbs. But today, I'm going to teach you. I'm going to deliver the lecture over the continuous verbs of sentence structure. Now let's have a look. And now everybody knows about the definition of continuous tenses. Means the action which is done at the time of speaking, means something or some action which is going on at the present time, in the past time, or the future time. Means something which is going on, which is happening, which is in a continuous form, which is in a progress. So definitely that becomes what? That becomes the continuous. Now let's have a look on the formation or the structure of a sentence in a continuous verbs. Now there is a continuous verb formation that whenever we are just trying to make the sentence of assertive or assertion, so definitely we have to give the subject first, which is your he, and after that, after subject, at the second portion or second place, we have to give the helping verb. And everybody knows about the present continuous tense verb, which are your is, am, and are. These are the three main helping verbs, which are is, am, and are. These are the three important helping verbs of present continuous tense, which are being used within the present continuous tense. Here, so once again, the subject comes first, which is your he. At the second, we have to give the helping verb. Now, with the he, which helping verb is attached, definitely is attached. Now, after this, the helping verb. Now, there is a rule. There is a rule. So, whenever we are trying to make the continuous sentence, so we have to give the ing form in another language or another way we or another you can say word. We can say the fourth form. You can say the ing form or you can say the fourth form. So that is up to you. Now, whenever we are making the sentence of continuous, so we have to give the ing form with the man verb. Here, he is eating. Now, what he's eating? Now, he is eating what? He is eating the meal. Now, what is meal? Now, meal is that is your object here. So that becomes assertive sentence, which we call the positive sentence, or you can say the affirmative sentence. Now, in the second sentence, that is your interrogative sentence. Now, in this, in our previous lecture, I told you that whenever we try to make the interrogative sentence, then the helping verb comes first. Likewise, I have given the helping verb first, which is your he. Sorry, is. Now, what is your helping verb. After that, the subject, that is your he. After this, definitely eating. Then again, I have done the same mistake, which is your yeah, actually it is your meal, but I have written the wrong word here, me. Here. So what is this? So this becomes what? This becomes the interrogative sentence. So what is this? Now that becomes what? That becomes the interrogative sentence. Whenever we give the helping verb first within the sentence, then subject, then man verb with the ing form, then object, which is your me. Well, once again, I'm just trying to tell you this is a mistake done by me. The actual word is me, but I have written, I have given, or I haven't given the al. I have just written the me, not a meal. Clear? So this is a mistake, but that becomes what? This also becomes your object. Now the third one, what is this? Third one sentence is your negative sentence. Now in this sentence, we have to give the not word after the directly after the helping verb. Likewise, is not. Clear? He is not eating meal. Now definitely not always gives always comes after the helping verb, which is given uh, in the slide. Now at the last, which is your interrogative plus negative. Now what is this? Is he not eating meal. Now in interrogative, so definitely the helping verb comes first, then subject, then not, because we have to make it interrogative plus negative. So we have to give uh, the helping verb first, then subject, then not. So this is the complete rule, or this is the complete formation of your continuous verb of the present continuous. Clear? Now, so this is all about the present continuous tense. Now just proceed towards the past continuous. Now, definitely whenever we have the present, past, and future. So in different tenses, we have got the different helping verbs. Now, in our previous, as I already told you, in present we have got the is, am, are. These are the three helping verbs in the present continuous tense. But in the past continuous, we have got the two helping verbs, which are was and were. Was and were are the two basic helping verbs being used within the past continuous. Clear? Now all the things are same, but we have to give the helping verb was on the place of is. Clear? So let me tell you. Now within the formation, likewise we have the four things: subject, helping verb, main verb with the ing form, and the last one, that is your object. So the he was eating meal. Now what is he? He's your subject. Was is your helping verb. Now everybody knows that was is being used with the third person singular as well as your first person of pronoun, that is your I, he, she, it, and single name. These are the four, for pronouns through which we use the was helping verb. Now he was eating meal. Now that becomes what? That becomes your assertive sentence. Now then the second sentence, which is your interrogative. So the of course definitely the helping verb comes first. Was he eating meal? Now this becomes an interrogative sentence. And at the last, I'm going to tell you. Well, let me tell you one thing, that even though if you're just writing the interrogative sentence correctly, but if you're not trying to give the interrogative, what we call the question mark at the end of sentence, so even though this becomes the wrong sentence. However, you have written the right sentence, but if you're not putting the question mark at the end of interrogative sentence, so this becomes a wrong sentence. Believe me, this has happened with me. Clear? In our, especially in our Gibran's class, Gibran's Way Academy of Science and Language class. So this thing happened with me. Clear? So you have to put the question mark at the end of interrogative sentence. Well, in the third, we have we have to give the not word in the negative sentence. Likewise, he was not eating meal. Clear? As usual, that is a rule that we have to give not word directly after the helping verb. And in the last, interrogative plus negative, was he not eating meal? So the interrogative, the verb, which is your helping verb, now that becomes that comes first, then he, then not, then he eating meal. So this becomes a little bit brief introduction about the formation of past continuous. I hope you have got each and every point of my past continuous lecture or past continuous formation. Now the third one, that is your the future continuous tense. Yes, of course. Now in this uh, continuous, most of the students, usually make the mistakes, especially in our helping verbs. And let me tell you the complete formation of present, future continuous tense in assertive, interrogative, negative, and interrogative plus negative. Now, whenever we are just trying to make or write the assertive sentence, so definitely the subject, as usual, comes first. That is your he, and in the second helping verb, which is your will be, and the third one, which is your eat, with the ing form, eating. Now it becomes what? It becomes the eating. At the last, definitely meal. Clear? Now that becomes an assertive sentence. But now I'm telling you that what mistakes, especially the some of the students, are usually a few students usually make. Now, whenever the students make the interrogative sentence, what they do, actually they usually write will be he eating meal. Now they collectively write the will be on the place of helping verb, but actually this becomes a wrong sentence. Whenever the right option is that the whenever you are trying to make the interrogative sentence, so you have to separate the only will. You have to put the will at the at the first side, then subject he, then be. The remaining part of the helping verb will be put after the subject. Clear? So the right pattern is that will he be eating meal? Clear? Will he be eating meal? Well, once again, I've done the same mistake that I have mistakenly written me, but the actual word is meal. Clear? So, will he be eating meal? This becomes a right sentence, a right pattern of writing the right sentence. And the third one, that is your interrogative negative sentence. So whenever we are supposed to write the negative sentence, then we have to give the not word in between the will and be. Clear? We will not write that he will be not eating meal. No, this becomes a wrong sentence. The right sentence is that whenever we are writing the negative sentence, then we have to put the not word between the will and be. Clear? We have to give the not word. We have to put the not word between the will and be. So the right sentence will be he will not be eating meal. And then the last, the fourth one, that is an interrogative plus negative sentence. So the right sentence is your will he not be eating meal. Clear? So this is all about today's lecture of your second week, 16th week of second lecture. I hope that mashallah you got each and every point of my lecture. Well, if, however, if there is any kind of a question, so you can ask me uh, right now. Till then, thank you.